Welcome. I'm excited to read for you today to see what's going on in your energy. Let's see what messages you need to hear right now. Reason for the reading, we got Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is showing me two, possibly three different people. You are a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles she is reliable, she is self-made, she is generous, she is tapped into nature, and she has this assured confidence about her. People come to her for advice, they may come to her for assistance, and she's very fair in how she treats people. There's an Emperor in reverse, and an Emperor in reverse is someone that may find themselves in a position of power or authority because of their job, um, because of their place within a group, but they're not necessarily skilled, or they don't have the the proper what's the word, knowledge and skill to be in the position that they're in. And because they don't have the knowledge and skill to handle the kingdom, the emperor, the empire, the emperor in reverse, oftentimes their life is in chaos. It's kind of a shit show, and people witnessing the emperor in reverse understand, they see clearly how the emperor is contributing to that chaos. Queen of Wands in reverse, this is an energy, um let me just explain a Queen of Wands in reverse. This woman is sitting cross-legged with a black cat at her feet. So the Queen of Wands in reverse uses the cat to get what she wants and needs. You get what I'm saying? Queen of Wands in reverse is someone that's going to do what she needs to do to get what she wants. Okay, so who are those people? You're the Queen of Pentacles. There's an Emperor in reverse, and there's also this Queen of Wands that's using her sexual energy to create. Crossing, we've got Strength in reverse. The Emperor in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse are not in their strength, they're not in their power. Anybody that is in their power, they don't need to play games, they don't need to control, um, they um, they attract, they manifest, they draw near the what they want to create. They don't go out and try to take from another or try to steer situations to serve them. And it feels like that is your strength, is you know that you're the anchor point. You trust that what's destined for you is always going to come your way. And so you're happy to sit back and watch people play. Past energy, we've got a 9 of Swords. That came out in reverse again. Um, you've been through it, and having been through it, you now know where you need to have some boundaries in place. and you also know that you have exactly what it takes to build what you want. um, it coming out in reverse is telling me that you're done waiting, like the wait is over. The 9 is one wand away from the 10, and it feels like you finally got the final wand to move on. It's like you, in the past it felt like you were put in a bit of a pause, and the pause is over. Immediate future, we got 8 of Cups in reverse. um, there's a resistance to walk away. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's this reservation about starting something new, about being good enough for something. It feels like, yes, you like it, but you're having, subconsciously, there's this feeling of, is it really valuable? Is it really going to make money? Focus is Knight of Cups, 4 of Swords. Resting in love. It feels like in the mind space you're falling back in love with life. You're falling um, into a season of loving yourself enough to let yourself rest. It feels like you're romanticizing your life. And intellectually, you understand um, the way that heals you, that you're participating in kind of a rewiring of your brain because you're intentionally projecting love onto the experience. In the subconscious, we got 2 of Wands, making plans towards the future. This can be a move or a change of scenery. It can also be just a change within yourself or a way of being. So this feels like the new program of how you view reality is coming on board. You're showing up as the High Priestess. You're tapped into your intuition, and you're listening to just those messages that come forward in many forms. They're coming forward in a song that comes into your head. They're coming forward in something a stranger says to you out of the blue. You're opening up to divine wisdom to come through in whatever source it needs to come through, and you're actually hearing them, you're trusting them, and you're also realizing that a lot of that information is meant just for you, and you're keeping it to yourself. Surrounding, we got the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. There, you're walking within like your own sunbeam. You're projecting all this joy and abundance onto your life. um you're just showing up. You're showing up, and you're bright and shiny and new. You're free. There's it's just bliss surrounding you. Hopes and fears, of 7 of Swords. Like, oh, but when's it gonna end? When's the stab in the back gonna arrive? When's the betrayal? When's the lie gonna show up? What they're showing me on this is there's moonbeams coming off the moon, casting light over this person doing stuff in the dark. And they're saying, in order to transform this Seven of Swords into this hopes and fears, is that the reminder that you are casting the light that you're casting, that in order for stuff to happen in the dark, it is in just a sec. Oh, that the shadow aspects are in response to your own light. That instead of fearing any sort of Seven of Swords energy that comes your way, you identify it as confirmation of your own light, the brightness of your light, that people don't go after someone that's beneath them. They go after someone that they view as more powerful and brighter than them. So not that you hope for, lying, cheating, stealing, but you no longer fear it because you understand that your light can't really be taken from you, and that the fact that someone is trying to take it is just the reminder of the light that you carry. Outcome, we got Eight of Swords in reverse. You're done saying that you're stuck. You're done saying that you don't know. You're no longer allowing the mind space or thoughts to keep you tied up. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning and recap. You're showing up as a self-sufficient, kind, generous Queen of Pentacles, and you are in an environment where there's an Emperor in reverse, someone that's in a position of power that should not be in a position of power. You also have a Queen of Wands in reverse, someone that's playing games, and they're willing to play games on a sexual level in order to manipulate. And you're standing in your power, and you're observing their behaviors with the awareness that these people are acting this way because they're not in their own power. You've been through it already, and you've been through this season of waiting, and in the waiting you established boundaries and recognized your own determination to be successful. In the mind space, you've decided, okay, I'm going to start just loving life. I am going to act loving to myself and allow myself to rest. And making that change causes a shift in the subconscious mind, where you're now looking forward to the future. You're making plans to the future because of the mind space isn't focused on what is or what was. It's focused more forward. There is just a little bit of reservation, of like a resistance of letting go regarding pentacles, regarding your financial life, of pentacles and your self-worth really get tied together. And they want to they want you to really understand that your worth was never tied to your ability to earn, and that when you disconnect from that, your ability to earn is actually going to expand. That you could never you you held on to something that felt very secure for financial reasons, thinking that was the safe thing to do, but it was actually limiting you. And they want you to fully let go. They want you to fully let go of what may happen financially. trusting in the high priestess energy that you're connected, you're getting the information that you need, and that you can trust that information that's coming in, that's leading you further and further into happiness, further and further into bliss. And just because you're in a bliss state, just because you're happy and abundant, it doesn't mean you're not going to encounter people that are not. And when you encounter people that are not, some of them are going to lie, cheat, and steal, thinking that they can come in and take what you have. You're just in the outcome, you've cut all ties. You have severed the cords and connections to attachments within the mind space that keep you in ruminating, that keep you in doubt, that keep you thinking that you don't have a solution when you do have the solution. Let's talk about you being your queen, you being a Queen of Pentacles. Give me more on the Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Oh, they're saying, how did you become the Queen of Pentacles? Through Ten of Swords. People put 10 swords in your back that were supposed to kill you, and like you pulled them out and you took them and had them melted down into coins. The Emperor in reverse came out with Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing, with the Chariot. The Emperor, the Emperor is the Emperor in reverse, the person that is in a position of authority or power that should not be. They are just going full speed ahead with the lies that they've told. They are committing to their narrative, to the gossip, to the slander. They have no intention of slowing down. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. This is an energy from your past. Oh, they're feeling a little guilt. Queen of Wands in reverse is feeling a little ashamed / embarrassed about the things that she participated in the past. Strength. Clarifying strength, we got Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Emperor and the Queen are in a Nine of Swords, Dark Night of the Soul, sleeplessness, worry. You are in Knight of Pentacles. You're just slow and steady wins the race. You have a plan and you are just following the plan, and you understand that it's going to lead you to your treasure. Clarifying Nine of Wands, we got Temperance. Going through the wounded warrior energy, you learn to balance yourself, and you're now showing up grounded, patient. They're just unshakable. They're showing your feet are anchored so far in the ground that this wind comes through and nothing moves you. But when you decide to let the wind move you, you just are lifted with wings. You soar. You have the ability and temperance to be firmly rooted here on earth in the ground, and you also have the ability to rise up with your wings and go off into the ethers. talking more about that Eight of Cups where you're resisting walking away with the Attachment to Pentacles, we got the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. This is destiny. This is fate. You are meant to step into this role of the magician in your life, being able to use your light for creation, for magic, and seeing yourself for the magic that you are. Clarifying your headspace where you're romanticizing your life. The Hierophant came out. Hierophant is a card of Taurus. It represents higher learning. It can also represent like tradition and marriage. It's showing me that you understand that there needs to be a healthy marriage within your mind, within the headspace of the things that you say to yourself and about your life, and you're understanding how those two are always connected, that the mind space will project onto your experience, and that you're no you can't let that just run unchecked, and you've learned to get that in check and use it intentionally. Clarifying Two of Wands, we got Nine of Wands in reverse again. So they're just reminding me that the weighting of the Nine of Wands is always in not is always is in your case, it was the recalibration for the subconscious mind, that when you were put through the Nine of Wands energy and you were just waiting for that final thing, you were waiting because there was subconscious clearing that was occurring. Oh, and part of the clearing was identifying as the wounded warrior, like releasing from a story that your life is always going to be a struggle, always going to be a battle that you have to fight. That's what's being cleared from the subconscious mind. Clarifying the High Priestess, we got the Queen of Wands. She in reverse again. Um, oh, okay. They're saying you are the High Priestess, and as the High Priestess, you have the ability to witness Queen of Wands in reverse, and Queen of Wands in reverse witnesses you as a high priestess, and they see themselves. So they assume that the way that you're able to use energy successfully, they assume that you get it by the same means that they get it, meaning you're using your sexual energy to manipulate, and that's the only way you've gotten to this point. Clarifying the Sun, we've got the Six of Pentacles and the High Priestess again at the bottom of the deck. Your happiness is created from within now, because what you're listening to within is source, an unlimited source that's always here for you. Six of Pentacles is the getting back everything that you've been putting out, and it is directly related to you knowing your own value and worth. And when you're tapped into High Priestess, you understand you're all of it and none of it at the same time, that you're this sacred vessel, you're a conduit for it all to flow. And when you're open to receive, all of this abundance is able to flow into your experience, and you're going to be seeing that reflected in your surroundings. Clarifying the hopes and fears being that Seven of Swords, we've got the Hermit in reverse. You just need to come back out. They're saying, come back out into the light, come back out and allow yourself um, to be seen. That there is, you don't fear, you no longer have to fear being seen, that it's time for you to bring forward what you discovered during your hermit mode. Clarifying Eight of Swords in reverse, we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You're no longer tied up and confused about what isn't your happiness and love. That you don't want the same life that most people want. And you're cutting yourself free of thinking that there's anything wrong with that, that you don't have to love the same things that other people love, and that you're free to create what Ten of Cups looks like for you. Oh, let's pull one more card for overall advice. Seven of Cups, just make a decision. Just decide already. It may feel like there's just too many options and that overwhelms you and you're not quite sure what direction to go in. There is no wrong direction. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They want you to allow a more playful energy, like an inner child energy, to help you make decisions.